We've been working through this thing for about the last 5 months. I've been to a lot of different. I was part of a group called C Street when I was in Washington. It was a, believe it or not, a Christian Bible study of some folks that asked if members of Congress hard questions that I think were very, very important. And I've been working with them. I see Cubby Culbertson in the back of the room. I would consider him a spiritual giant. And hang on. And an incredibly dear friend. And he has been helping us work through this over these last 5 months. And Cubby, I want to say thank you for being there as a friend.
Why did you this is the first and only time you've been unfaithful? Do you plan to play this the first and only time you've been unfaithful?
No. What's that?
The first and only time you've been unfaithful.
Yes.
Were you alone in
Did you break off the relationship?
Obviously not. What's that?
Were you alone?
Obviously not.
Did you break off the
What's
relationship?
that? No, it was interesting in how this thing has gone down, John. To give you way more detail than you'll ever want. I met this person a little over 8 years ago. Again, very innocently. And struck up a conversation. And I don't want to go back to the bubble of politics. This is not justifying because, again, what I did was wrong. Period. End of story. Okay, wait. No, I didn't. My own ticket. Wait, guys. One question at a time. Is that fair enough? And there's a certain irony to this. But this person at the time was separated, and we ended up in this incredibly serious conversation about why she ought to get back with her husband for the sake of her 2 boys. That not only was it part of God's law, but ultimately those 2 boys would be better off for it. And we had this incredibly earnest conversation. And at the end of it, said, could I get your email? We swap emails, whatever. And it began just on a very casual basis. Hey, I got this issue that's come up with my life, or vice versa. What do you think? Because when you live in the zone of politics, you can't ever let your guard down. You can't ever say, hey, what do you think, or what do you think? Because it could be a front page story, or this story, or that story. And so there was this zone of protectedness in that she lives thousands of miles away and I was up here, and you could throw an idea out or vice versa. And we developed a remarkable friendship over those 8 years. And then, as I said, about a year ago, it sparked into something more than that. I have seen her 3 times since then during that whole sparking thing. And it was discovered, let me finish, 5 months ago. And at that point, we went into serious overdrive in trying to say, where do you go from here? And that's where the Cubby Culbertsons and the others of the world begin to help with, how do you get all this right? How do you, again, be honest? And so it had been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And the one thing that you really find is that you absolutely want resolution. And so oddly enough, I spent the last 5 days of my life crying in Argentina, so I could repeat it when I came back here, in saying, while indeed from a heart level there was something real, it was a place based on the fiduciary relationship I had to the people of South Carolina, based on my boys, based on my wife, based on where I was in life, based on where she was in life, a place I couldn't go and she couldn't go. And that is I suspect, a continual process all through life of getting one's heart right in life. And so I would never stand before you as one who just says, I'm completely right with regard to my heart on all things. But what I would say is I'm committed to trying to get my heart right, because the one thing that Cubby and all others have told me is that the odyssey that we're all on in life is with regard to heart. Not what I want or what you want, but in other words, indeed this larger notion of truly trying to put other people first. And I suspect if I'd really put this other person first, I wouldn't have jeopardized her life as I have. I certainly wouldn't have done it to my wife. I wouldn't have done it to my boys. I wouldn't have done it to the Tom Davises of the world. This was selfishness on my part, and for that I'm most apologetic.
What is this? Isn't it a choice to go down there for Father's Day?
Wait.
Wasn't that
What's
a
that?
choice then?
Last question over there.
Was this the only time you've traveled to Argentina to see?
Yes.
Did you intentionally mislead your staff about hiking the trail? Did you intentionally mislead your staff
Did you
about where
talk
you
to them
were?
at any point when you were in Argentina, your staff?
Yeah, in other words, they called. I called them back on Monday.
But when you left, did you intentionally?
No. We talked about that. In other words, let me be clear. I said that was original possibility. That again, that is my fault in shrouding this larger trip. That's my fault. That's my
Did you tell your
fault.
staff to tell the press that you were hiking the Appalachian Trail?
I didn't tell them. I just said, hey, guys, this is where I think I'm going to go. So, in other words, they would have deducted from that.
Argentina, you obviously had talks. Did you tell Joe Sawyer?
No. I didn't. In other words, no. They went on the original information that I'd given Mary Neal, who handles the schedule for us. Yeah, last question.
You don't trust the governor in
I tell you
going
what.
there on Father's
What's
Day
that?
weekend.
Yeah, right.
Choice about your
Okay,
life.
what's that? Okay, yeah.
Do you ask any other state employees to cover up this affair for you?
No,
Do you still have to
absolutely
trust the
not.
state?
Did you ask your staff to
Yeah.
cover up the affair?
no, absolutely.
Your reaction to those in your party and your lieutenant governor that call this irresponsible and are disappointed in your decision to do this?
At this point, it would be obvious that they and others would be disappointed, and that I've disappointed them and others.
Why did you choose?
Okay.
Will you resign as governor? Joel, is the governor going to resign? Thank you.
Oh, Candy Crowley, I don't even know where to begin. I'm feeling pretty biased in so many ways on this. You know, I guess we should just try and stick to the reason why we're covering this and not get a little derailed. But put this into perspective. You know, governor cheats on his wife.